In today's video, we are going to be going through each and every card of the Animal Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. This is going to be released shortly just by Radleigh Valentine, so you may have a deck just with his name on it. It is based on the tarot, but it has got animals as symbolisms. Now what I want to do is I want to go through each and every card. I want to discuss each and every card that's in the guidebook. I will put the link in the description box of each and every card, so you can click and go to it if you've pulled a card of a similar deck and you want to know the meaning, or you want to grow your knowledge of tarot. This is a really good way to do it, looking at different decks. In doing this, you're able to add layers on each and every card. Look at that. Look at him looking at the... Can you see that? So it's a beautiful deck. It is all about animals. It is all about based animals. It's a positive meaning. It has got many different meanings for each and every card that's in the deck. Meaning it is personified, or it is about emotions. It's about career. It can be about money. It can be about love. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below if you find this helpful. I will do the blessing that's in the guidebook, just in case you have got this deck and you need it. Dear God, I ask that you ensure that only your pure and trustworthy messages come through these cards. Please protect my loved ones and me. Please help me see, hear, feel, and know the messages that you have for us. I ask that this card reading bring messages and blessings to everyone involved. The Suit of Pentacles in this deck, it's called Autumn. Ace of Autumn, or Ace of Pentacles. Sometimes a windfall of abundance just seems to drop from the sky. Without any warning, this prosperity might come in the form of money, a helping hand to complete a project, meeting someone influential who can open doors for you, or receiving great advice. These cats can indicate a new job or promotion, a business venture that will go very well, or profitable investments, especially in real estate. This card is a sign of good luck. These cats are often referred to as money cats. Have you ever seen those little cat figurines with their paws waving at you? They are modelled on the calicos. They originate in Japan and are placed in the doorways of homes and businesses to welcome in abundance. Invite one into your life and see your abundance grow. Two of Pentacles. This cat teaches you that negative thinking will not get you the success outcome you're seeking. Just as bees, the Eight of Spring, symbolize trying to multitask and content with many opportunities at once, this card indicates a great deal of stress, possibly from having more than one job. This cat asks you to have more fun. Try to find ways to infuse a little bit of joy into whatever task you are focused on. This cat wants you to lighten up. If possible, try to find some balance between your professional and personal life. This cat is one of the oldest cat breeds, and as such has learned that all work and no play makes Jane a dull girl. Very personable and curious. This cat is simply love to play, explore, and happily experience new things. They encourage you to learn from their very balanced work ethic and enjoy life. Three of Pentacles. The very best career involves following your passions. Become the very best, the most passionate in your field. If you do so, you'll be financially rewarded beyond your wildest dreams. This miniature poodle urges you to listen to your heart when it comes to your life purpose. Often this card refers to a career in the creative arts. Allow your gifts to surface and shine forth in the world. You have dazzling talent. Unleash it and great abundance will come to you. Miniature poodles also refer to working well on teams. The American Kennel Club lists the top 3 attributes of poodles as active, proud, and very smart. Those words of praise are borne out by their history of blue ribbons and best of show awards. Poodles are quick learners. In competition, they are able to adapt to whatever scenarios are thrown their way. They're creative and talented performers. However, they also don't win their ribbons on their own. Their success is a collaborated effort with their trainer, so they encourage you to work with others toward the mutual fulfillment of your dreams. Four of Pentacles. Squirrels ask that you be very careful of living a life of extremes. Are you possibly spending too much money? Are you hoarding it? The black and white thinking isn't limited to financial abundance. You might be giving too much of yourself emotionally, or alternatively, you may have built emotional walls all around yourself, cutting off the rest of the world. Squirrels offer a message of balance. No matter whether the resource is financial or something less tangible, consider giving to those who are less fortunate. That could entail financial assistance to a charity, or it could be the donation of your time. If you are spending freely, be careful that your debt and credit card balances don't get out of control. Squirrels manage to strike the perfect balance between preparation and fun, stocking up on winter food while also climbing trees and seeming to have a good time. They symbolize solid planning and resourcefulness and urge you to play while you work. They also enjoy just resting on a branch, which illustrates the importance of relaxation. 5 of Pentacles. This isn't the time to handle your challenges alone. Reach out to others for advice and assistance, and allow people who care about you to step in. Focusing upon the negative is never a good idea, but it is especially counterproductive right now. Avoid worry and fear surrounding money or your career, because trust and faith are at a low ebb at the moment. It is probably not a good time to start your own business or become self-employed. Have patience and wait until your self-confidence is stronger and your trust that things will go well is solid. Be proactive about health concerns. These animals are gentle, calm, and slow-moving animals. They most exclusively feed on vegetation, which they find by using their fins to walk along the bottom of the sea, digging for plants as they go. They're known to be exceedingly trusting of others. They remind you to trust others to help you, as well as to believe that the divine has a plan. A lone mante is a reminder that you don't have to go it alone. You can ask for help from God and other people to get you through the challenging times. 6 of Pentacles. You have come to a place of peace and tranquility with money, or you soon will. This card symbolizes success and prosperity, but it comes with the message of charity. Now the time to give to others in need, whether in the form of your time as a volunteer or a financial gift, and to do so with a grateful heart for all that heaven has provided to you. There is balance between giving and receiving, and as you give to others, heaven blesses you with the gifts of your own. You may also find yourself getting a loan, paying off debt, or receiving a grant or scholarship. The kiwi is a flightless bird that lives in New Zealand. Kiwis have a very powerful sense of smell, so they represent having a good nose for the truth. This is relevant to the 6 of Autumn, in that this card asks that you research to make sure your contributions are made to reputable and honest people or institutions. Kiwis also lay the largest eggs relative to their body size of any bird. Because of this, they symbolize an opportunity for you to give generous gifts to those who are less fortunate. 7 of Pentacles. Investments that will grow and prosper, patience and persistence, unnecessary worry. The time and resources you have invested in your dream have been well allocated. Now is just a matter of time until you can reap the rewards you're hoping for. Don't worry if things seem to be progressing slowly. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help make your ventures a success. Just give it a little longer. This is actually a good time to take a rest and do some planning for the future. Cows are symbols of abundance, future potential, and remaining grounded, as well as new beginnings, which is a perfect reflection of this card. However, since they don't usually move very quickly, their message to you is have patience. 8 of Pentacles. New ideas, getting the facts you need in order to be successful. Practice makes perfect. This is the ideal time to learn everything you can. Go back to school, take a seminar, or just read. If you're considering mastering a new trade, then find a mentor or seek out a job where those skills are taught. Do your very best work, and the law of attraction will give you prosperity and career advancements. You may find yourself doing research or starting long-term projects. You deserve to be paid well for your high-quality work. Parrots are beautiful birds known for their vivid colors and amazing ability to speak human words. You can think of this cry as the repetitive practice needed to acquire the skills you're seeking. Parrots have the innate ability to learn, a trait you share with them. 9 of Pentacles. Congratulations, you've worked hard and it has really paid off. Your success has brought you financial security and the right to take a little time off. rest. Enjoy what you've created. Give yourself something truly luxurious as a reward, even if that's just a mini vacation. Be grateful for heaven's gifts, but also remember to acknowledge that it was your perseverance and dedication that made all this possible. You may also suddenly have a brilliant idea for a new business or a project that will be successful. Ragdoll cats are so named due to their ability to loosely hang like a rag doll when picked up. These very gentle, calm cats are just as happy following you around as they are hanging out in a warm spot of sunshine. This is a kitty who just wants to enjoy the finer things in life and can be symbolic of creating a beautiful home or office. Ragdoll kittens mature into quite large house cats, symbolizing your ability to grow your ideas into a big success. Ten of Pentacles. Sometimes distinguishing between the message of prairie dogs, 10 of summer, the golden retrievers, 10 of autumn, can be difficult. Both cards indicate a very happy family life. While the prairie dogs are about the emotional aspects of that happiness, such as love, companionship, and closeness, the golden retrievers are more about financial security and pride in the family line. The family on this card is financially secure. Contentment comes from knowing that provisions have been made for the children's schooling and that elderly members of the family will have what they need to be comfortable. It's important to save money for the future so that you won't have to worry when things like college tuition and retirement come around. Honouring family traditions and the ancestral heritage and lineage are also in evidence. Golden retrievers have to be one of the happiest breeds of dogs. They also seem to be smiling and are very dedicated to their human family members. From a symbolism standpoint, they represent your dreams coming true. They indicate that you're making the correct choices when it comes to providing for the health and happiness of family and friends. Page of Pentacles. Something wonderful either just happened or is about to happen. It most likely involves your career or education. It may be time to go back to school or take action on a very well thought out plan. You may have received a fabulous job offer or promotion with new training, or perhaps you were accepted into the college or learning program that you are hoping to use to advance your career. This is your opportunity to learn something exciting or start on a more rewarding and uplifting professional path. The tabby cat is cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and just a little bit mischievous, but in a good way. She loves to learn and will always go out of her way to make you happy. It's really not in her nature to do a sloppy job. She will always go above and beyond and exceed your expectations. Her love of learning something new can sometimes get in her way, though she could easily become bored. But if you just keep tossing her challenging assignments, she'll do just fine. The tabby doesn't refer to a single breed, but to a series of markings that may occur across many. Most distinctive is an M on the forehead between the eyes. There are several wonderful legends about how that M got there, including one about Mother Mary having it placed it there in gratitude for the tabby giving baby Jesus warm and comfortable stable. The tabby cat is about messages, happy messages about career, school, and dreams coming true. So when you see a tabby, just remember that the M means a magical message is headed your way. Knight of Pentacles. The message of this card is twofold. First, it indicates the need to make a very detailed plan before moving forward. Second, once a plan is in place, it asks for you to take immediate action to get as much accomplished as possible. Which part of the message is intended for you depends on where you are in your process. If your plan of action is vague or non-existent, the seahorse asks for you to take no action until you have one. If you already have the plan, then you are effectively being told, get busy now. It's important to have an eye for details and to put other people first. The seahorse can represent a person who is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. He's also always prepared. If he comes in to help with your project, you can expect it to go flawlessly. He's no stranger to hard work and getting things done. However, he does race to the finish line. He takes his time in order to make sure everything is perfect. Because of that, he's probably not the right guy for you. If you're in a rush, consider asking the thoroughbred horse, also known as Prince of Winter. However, if you have time and want everything just so, he's your man. Seahorses have been around for millions of years, yet have changed very little. They're slow swimmers and camouflage themselves among seaweed and coral, reflecting the dependability and caution aspect of this card. Another fascinating fact about seahorses is that the males gestate and give birth to the babies. Hence, they symbolize excellent fathers, as well as alternative roles, such as stay-at-home dads and working mums. Seahorses have an exoskeleton, a bony skeleton on the outside of the body, which symbolizes protection, much like how your guardian angels surround and protect you. Queen of Pentacles. The appearance of the Belgian hare symbolizes receiving excellent advice. Words of wisdom, both practical and creative, should be followed precisely. Taking time to nurture and care for those you love is important. Right now, seek out the very best in every situation, person or thing. Focus on that and ignore the rest. Don't hesitate to handle things yourself if you feel so inclined. You know best what to do anyway. The hare represents a truly exceptional person. She's thoughtful, caring, and artistic, and has a great business sense. She is down to earth, but has an eye for high style and luxury at the same time. She's always willing to help you, but unlike the swan, Queen of Summer, who gives too much, the hare maintains very good boundaries. She has the gift of being able to make anything or anyone more elegant. She's also an excellent mother. The hare is an ancient symbol of creativity, fertility, and abundance. Naturally, the hares, a domestic breed, are known for having lots of babies. They are so strong and resilient that unlike their rabbit cousins, they can fend for themselves shortly after birth. Wild hares are often chased by predators and thus symbolize surviving via quick thinking and alertness. This fact also means that they are associated with humility, with the message to never underestimate those around you. Hares are a traditional sign of good luck, so this card indicates wonderful opportunities coming your way. King of Pentacles. Everything is going to turn out perfectly. You just couldn't ask for more. Projects will be a stunning success and exciting new career opportunities are possible. You may have the chance to work for an outstanding person or company, or alternatively, it may be time to consider retiring. Use money or other resources that come your way wisely by investing or saving. Above all, make sure that you stand up for what you believe is right. The gypsy horse symbolizes a person who is compassionate but accomplished, charismatic but grounded, is fantastic with children. He's a stellar businessman who can care deeply for his causes, charitable or political. Often the matter he's passionate about relates to the environment or kindness to animals. For that reason, frequently he's a vegetarian or vegan. He probably also has his governmental representatives on speed dial, and they're tired of hearing from him because of his activism work. Gypsy horses are known for their beauty, sweetness, and strength, and as one of the smallest, the ability to accomplish your mission no matter what. Our gypsy horse is a palomino, a horse with a light-coloured coat, because the person represented by this card has a heart of gold and attracts riches and abundance. Likewise, you are currently in a time of great prosperity. Use these blessings that heaven is sending your way to do great things for the planet and people who are less fortunate. Swords, and this is the Ace of Swords. This card can indicate a rocky beginning, but that doesn't mean you should give up. The challenges you're experiencing are only helping refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. Keep going after your dream and things will work out. The panda's diet consists of over 99% bamboo, which can grow in places that are difficult to reach. But still, these bears climb and stretch until the bamboo is in their grasp, symbolizing the determination to continue on your path, regardless of the challenges before you. They can also indicate a terrific new idea, suddenly seeing the truth in a situation, or a need to resolve communication problems before you progress further. In addition, pandas are intentionally celebrated for being completely adorable. Pandas don't like disruption or chaotic energy, and they will move away from it to find a place of peace. If you're experiencing bumps in the road, follow the panda's lead and find a quiet space to think and get grounded. Try meditation and prayer to obtain the information you need to move forward. Two of Wands. Long or short-haired, which will it be? In either case, dash hounds are sweet dogs, known for being energetic and devoted, but also a tiny bit stubborn. Because of this, they can alert you that you're taking too long to make a choice that's before you, or can represent a great opportunity that could let slip by due to indecisions or over-analysis. You're at a standstill or stalemate, and your procrastination about choosing is really getting in your way. Ask yourself what's holding you back. Often you're torn between what you want and what someone else wants from you. Listen to your heart. Most of the time, the correct answer is to follow your own personal guidance rather than do it what others think you should. If compromise is necessary, then start working on an arrangement that will satisfy both parties. Whatever it takes to get things moving, do it. Three of Wands. Whether you're human or a part of the animal kingdom, sadness is a part of life. Don't go through the healing process alone. Reach out to those who love and care for you. Let others who have experienced what you're going through offer their compassion and wisdom. You may need to take a little time to be sad, but make sure you begin to work your way through the emotions soon. You'll heal from this loss, and in doing so, be stronger than you have ever been before. This card can also indicate a need for you to be there for someone who's hurting. Roast-breasted grosbeaks are beautiful birds with a red crest that almost heart shape on their chests. For this reason, they represent healing from heartbreak and emotional pain. A reminder that time heals all wounds. A joy will come back into your life in due course. This bird asks you to practice forgiveness of yourself and others and to release the past. Four of Wands. Not every decision needs to be made right away. Sometimes it's best to take some time to really think things through. This card encourages you to consider using meditation as a tool to allow the right answer to come to you. It might benefit you to take some days off or go on a vacation, just spending peaceful time in nature. Continuing to overanalyze the situation isn't going to get you any closer to the solution than you already are. Quiet your mind and be still so that God can speak to you. Koalas are naturally very slow movers. They sleep up to 20 hours a day due to their unusually slow metabolism. So this card can also indicate a need to get more rest. Their sleepy lives symbolize the dreams and the magical messages that can arise during your non-waking hours. This in turn is a metaphor for the answers that come to you through meditation. Five of Wands. The panda. Ace of Winter encourages you to keep going even if things aren't going the way you want them to. With Five of Winter's two adorable colleagues, it's quite the opposite. They want you to understand that your current path isn't leading you towards the happiest outcome possible, so why not change it? Collies are wonderful dogs, incredibly intelligent, loving and loyal. Our collies are playing a tug of war with the rope. That can be good fun, so as long as it doesn't get overly competitive or take up energy that might be better used elsewhere. If so, drop the rope and choose a new game. Clearly neither of them is getting anywhere. Their friendly game reminds you to always stay in integrity and compassion when working with others. They can also be giving you a heads up that perhaps someone isn't coming from a place of high morals in their dealings with you. Collies can be a welcome reminder to pay close attention to what's happening around. They can also suggest that you choose your battles and rescue missions wisely. Some just aren't worth the energy they require. Collies can signal that you're caught up in other people's drama when you'd rather be doing something else. Be careful that you don't let someone else pick your games or missions or battles for you. Six of Wands. Most of the winter cards leading up to our rescue cat has been a little challenging, but now you can breathe a sigh of relief. There is light at the end of the tunnel and you can make some exciting new plans. Don't allow yourself to be caught up in what has happened until now. This is a time for you to just let the past go and embrace the happier times to come. The Six of Winter can also signify travel, especially over water or a relocation. Both of us, Doreen and Radleigh, have experienced the joy of having a rescue cat join our homes. Rescue agencies around the world do amazing work helping to heal and rehome cats and kittens. These fur-lined balls of love show their gratitude by carving out a special place in our hearts that they fill with laughter and compassion. Like the 6 of summer, our rescue cat has released the past and is happily off on a new adventure. Perhaps you could use a rescue kitty companion on your current journey. Continuing on, just had to have a short break. 7 of winter. Things aren't always what they appear to be. Because of that, even best laid plans may be unlikely to succeed. Time brings clarity to most situations. But the magpie can give you a heads up right now that your plans require another look. Think of the saved time and energy. Magpies can also indicate that your current situation might cost you something important. It could be material like a ring or money, or non-material like peace of mind. The key to avoiding such a loss is to be alert and aware of the results of your actions, as well as what others might be doing behind your back. Magpies are beautiful and fascinating birds with one of the most complex vocabularies of any in the animal world. They are also rather unpredictable. Therefore, their symbolism varies from culture to culture. Some see them as good fortune, and we would argue that this card's message is positive in that its purpose is to help you get on the right track and be successful. Because magpies are scavengers who like shiny objects, and who doesn't, they're also known for taking small steps that sparkle to build into their nests. The whistle in this magpie's nest is heaven's way of alerting you that your current plans need improving. Are you distracted by something when your focus should be elsewhere? 8 of Wands. It's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. You might be afraid of change or lacking the confidence that you'll be successful. These emotions can get the best of you and keep you from having the vibrant, colourful life you've dreamed of. Believe in yourself. Trust that the divine will lift you to new heights if you release the illusion that you're stuck where you are. Ask for help from friends or seek out role models who can show you just how amazing you are. Buntings are arguably among the most beautiful species of birds in the world. They come in bright colours and have a lovely singing voice. Sadly, these attributes may have had them very much in demand as cage birds, as a result of the pet industry in combination with the loss of their natural habitats. Some species in the bunting family are now categorised as near threatened by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. The bunting offers the message to live life to the fullest, to escape the cage of your thoughts, sing your song, show your true colours, and know that you're beautiful. 9 of Wands, the uplifting message behind the sea lion is that your worries and fears are simply unfounded. The challenging message this card brings is that by focusing on the negative, you're making yourself unhappy and therefore giving power to that which you're afraid of. Stop worrying and just breathe. Everything is going to be okay if you let it. Sea lions can also represent needless guilt and sleepless nights. Despite their name, sea lions have been referred to as a cross between a dolphin and a dog. What could be more delightful than that? Because they spend part of their time in the water and part of their time in the land. They're symbolic of the balance between emotions and intellect. Fear comes from the mind. It may stir up your emotions in the end, but it begins in your head. By being too focused upon the intellectual and not trusting your heart, you can create self-fulfilling prophecies. Seeing lions asks you to understand the depths of your emotions and temper them with logical thought. 10 of Wands. It's over. Those are words that bring great joy or sadness. It might be a project, career, or relationship that you're thrilled has come to a close, or perhaps something you weren't expecting to end. Even if the ending has left you feeling uncertain or worried, you probably still knew deep down inside that there was something better waiting for you. You just didn't have the courage to make the change yourself. It can sound cliche, but endings really do make way for new beginnings. Wonderful opportunities are possible. Put aside your fears about any changes that this ending might entail and trust that a far happier future lies before you. Remember to give gratitude to heaven for a successful recovery from an addiction if that's the case. As pets, Siberian Huskies are loving, smart, and very alert. However, as a breed, they come from one of the harshest locations on the planet, Siberia, Russia. It's no surprise then that they symbolize being able to overcome significant challenges to successfully reach your journey's destination, along with the hope that comes from the next chapter in your life. Following their example, you'll be able to take on whatever dream you have in mind with equal grace and pose. The Siberian Husky on this card has control of her own leash. No one dictates her destiny now but her. She's also a service dog. Could it be that the next phase of your life involves being of service to others? Or perhaps it's time to be of service to yourself. Page of Wands. This situation speaks to your ability to think your way through any challenge that's presented to you. Because emotions are not always engaged with the seagull, it's important to remember to be compassionate. In your haste to solve a problem, you could speak more harshly than you mean to, or helpful information may be delivered to you in not the kindest of ways. Check contracts very carefully and gratefully accept objective feedback. The seagull represents a person who is excellent at accessing and solving any intellectual problem in a flash. However, her desire to be of assistance and her purely analytical way of thinking means she might communicate her solution rather curtly. Logical, truthful, curious, and rather undiplomatic, she is resourceful in a pragmatic way that may accidentally leave out the pleasantries. She doesn't mean to be unkind. In fact, if she realizes she has hurt your feelings, she'll be very apologetic. Just remember that she's brilliant and has great ideas, so heed the message and ignore the messenger. If you can see past her lack of compassionate communication skills, she'll be a great help to you. Seagulls are clever birds who learn, remember, and even pass on behaviors. As their name implies, they spend a good bit of time in air over water. As water represents emotion and air intellect, they are seen as flying high above currents of emotion and evaluating situations from a very cerebral viewpoint. Knight of Wands. The thoroughbred horse represents the fastest moving energy in all of tarot. If things have been a bit sluggish for you lately, then get ready. Once this horse races in, you can expect things to go from a dead stop to lightning speed in the blink of an eye. Because of that, you may be asked to make decisions very quickly. You'll want to choose logic and intellect over emotion. And whatever you do, think fast. You won't have long before you're running after the horse yelling, "Wait for me!" The thoroughbred can represent a person who loves action. His intellect, decisive, focused, and possibly a bit impulsive. He'll rush in to save the day by instantly figuring out what to do, and then without conferring with anyone, just do it. His intentions are good and his head is in the right place. However, since he tends to act without asking first, you might want to keep tabs on his progress. Least he gets far ahead of you and possibly way off course you had in mind. Thoroughbred horses are known for their swiftness, stamina, agility, and willingness to go the extra mile. They can run at speeds of up to 55 miles per hour and keep going long after other horse breeds would tire. They're extremely intelligent and forge a psychic connection with the people they work with on a regular basis. This is one of the reasons why they're a symbol for victory and success. However, if one gets away from you, you're going to have to run very, very fast to catch up. Queen of Wands. Now's the time to rely on all you've learned. Your broad and varied life experiences have prepared you for this moment, and you're absolutely ready. Use this cumulative knowledge kindly and with humour. The humour part really helps. You could probably stand to put your house in order if it is clutter around. And if there are situations that simply aren't working for you anymore, or people who create more drama than happiness, then grab your magical broom and sweep them right out of your life. The leopard can represent a person who is experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and very funny. She has seen it all and can assess any situation at a glance. She always knows exactly what to do and is more than happy to help you, though she might tease you a little bit in the process. She's very good-natured and insightful. The challenges she has endured have only made her stronger and honed her sense of humour about life and love. This being said, she learned long ago not to keep people in her life who just take and never give back. She really can't abide drama queens or kings and will quickly send them packing. If she offers you advice, take it. And do try to keep up, because you'll be on to the next thing you need to fix before you've written down the first thing she told you to do. By the way, she's often single or divorced. Leopards are graceful, powerful, and intelligent animals. Their habitat ranging from deserts to the humid rainforest means their lives are very eventful, posing many challenges, yet they always bounce back. Therefore, symbolically, they remind you of your personal resilience to emerge from any situation stronger, swifter, and smarter. Leopards have the ability to change direction instantly, and it can adapt to any situation they're presented with. They've learned to believe in themselves and trust their instincts. They invite you to do the same. King of Wands. It's very important that you communicate clearly at this time. Try to be as objective and unemotional as you can. Believe in what you have to say and show the world how self-confident you are. Be willing to act as a mentor to someone or seek out one for yourself. If you need advice, turn to an expert in the field. When the whale represents somebody, this person is an amazing communicator who is knowledgeable, impartial, fair, and usually well respected. He sees the world through a lens of pure intellect. Of course, the whale does have feelings, it's just that they're buried very deep. This can make him seem emotionally unavailable, which might be the truth. Like the thoroughbred horse, Prince of Winter, he can instantly see right to the heart of the problem. The difference is that the whale is more likely to think through all the possibilities before rushing to action. His solutions are often highly creative and involve thinking outside the box. Whales are ancient creatures believed to carry the wisdom of the ages in their DNA. They swim at great depths and so can symbolize feelings that are submerged very deeply. They're also seen as creatures of solitude, like the King of Winter can be, but are able to talk with other whales across thousands of miles of ocean. This symbolizes your personal powers of communication and creative expression to bridge the gap between people. Ace of Summer. Here we go, Ace of Summer. The first three cards of the summer suit features birds that symbolize the progression of romantic love. Like all cards in tarot, they also have their own individual secondary meanings. The dove is the first blush of love, the heart's initial fluttering upon meeting someone, but can also represent the beginning of any new emotional experience, romantic or platonic, or even the rebirth of a current relationship, the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights, a new home. The dove is a universal sign of peace, love, and the divine, and is closely associated with Mother Mary. As well as spiritual messages from Jesus or God, a dove's cooing is meant to bring us peace and calm. The symbolism for the onset of love and romance is due to the connection to Venus, the Roman goddess of love, who is often depicted with doves nearby. Two of Summer. Whereas the dove, Ace of Summer, represents the first blush of love, the lovebirds on this card signal that a relationship has grown much stronger. Love is in full bloom. Hearts are joined and commitments are made. Lovebirds can also indicate a renewed sense of closeness in a current relationship. In partnerships where things appear dire, lovebirds show up to reassure you that love still lives and efforts should be made to find forgiveness and resolution. They ask that you keep trying to heal the problems. They can also indicate the giving and receiving of gifts. Lovebirds mate for life and are never separated except to search for food or nesting materials. When not in flight, they hop around together and always sit side by side. They also have a tendency to feed one another, which symbolizes the exchange of gifts. It is thought one can't survive long without the other, demonstrating the strength of their mutual love and commitment. Three of Summer. The love initiated with the dove, the Ace of Summer, and then nurtured by the lovebirds, Two of Summer, is now celebrated by the hummingbirds on this card. Hummingbirds reflect happy moments in life, such as engagements, weddings, pregnancy or birth, announcements, graduations, and all the joyful experiences that can come from love. Actually, they can be symbolic of any reason for celebration. They can also represent a community of friends, including families of choice. Hummingbirds remind you to express your love and gratitude to others. Hummingbirds are one of the most enchanting of nature's creatures. They have the ability to fly up, down, forward, or backward. No other bird can achieve their astronomical feats. They fly great distances from flower to flower and tirelessly flutter their wings while joyously seeking out the rich nectar of life. They're also extremely courageous, as they will dive bomb to protect their chosen gardens from other birds, just as the promises we made to the altar or by the decision to have children show a desire to protect that which we love. 4 of summer. Life often moves very fast. It can be difficult to notice all the gifts that heaven is presenting you when you're rushing from one task to another. The tortoise asks that you slow down, that you pay attention, look at all sides of the situation, and exercise caution before turning down any opportunities offered to you. There are treasures around you everywhere, and you don't want to overlook any of them. Of course, tortoises can't amass material goods, but they do carry with them what they value most, their home. Tortoises are extremely long-lived, with a lifespan over 100 years. Because of all that accumulated experience, they're considered exceptionally wise. And because the tortoise moves so slowly, very little goes unnoticed. So rest assured that there is plenty of time to examine every opportunity from your private sanctuary and make sure you don't miss any blessings. 5 of summer. In life, challenges happen. While how you deal with those situations is vitally important, the way in which you think about them might even be more so. If you perceive them as negative and harmful, they're likely to make you even more unhappy than you already are. Depression can set in, and it can be more difficult to bounce back. However, if you can remember that heaven loves you and always has the only highest of intentions for you, then it's a lot easier to recover and move forward. Try to focus on the positive of any situation. Dragonflies are very special insects. They live with their lives partly in the water and partly in the air, reflecting a brilliant mix of emotion and intellect. Their flying ability is nearly unmatched. They can only dart forward and backward, but also hover like a helicopter. Just like the dragonfly, you can choose to remain in a holding pattern and stay where you are, or go in reverse and backward. Or you can make a very life-affirming choice and move forward. Dragonflies ask you to believe in the magic in life rather than focusing upon the bumps in the road. 6 of summer. At times, your view of a situation or another person may be coloured by your past experiences. Sometimes geese pop up to make you aware that your recollection of something that happened in the past has been exaggerated to be either far better or far worse than it really was. Old memories might be brought up so that they can be healed, or possibly long-forgotten dreams from childhood are ready to be reborn. This card can also indicate that someone from your past is coming back into your life for platonic or even romantic reasons. Geese are extremely honourable birds. In fact, they will never abandon one of their own. If a wounded goose can't fly on with others, at least one will stay behind until the goose has recovered or passed on. Similarly, geese are devoted to their life mates and their young. Just like our little family on the card, because they lay so many eggs, up to 50 a year, they're a sign of fertility as well. The old stories of Mother Goose make this bird the perfect symbol for children, child rearing, and childhood in general. Many of the beliefs and perceptions that people carry are established during childhood. Take a moment to consider how the past is related to your current situation. 7 of summer. It's time to stop procrastinating and decide what you want to do. The failure to do so is keeping you from moving forward on a very important issue. It's possible that you're spending too much time in your head when you should be listening to your heart. If there is more research needed, then get busy. However, also set a time limit for how much longer you're going to wait before a choice is made. It may also be time to detox from unhealthy foods, substances, or situations. Cats are beloved for their sweet, smart, and adorable nature. They're also huge. Among their most notable features are their big ears and paws. Do you need to hear some sage advice to help you make the decisions you're putting off? Is some legwork called for to get the additional information necessary to move forward? These cats are also known for having water repellent fur, and water symbolizes emotions. Are you thinking too much about your decision when you should be listening to your feelings instead? 8 of Summer. It's time to move on. No one is pushing you, but you know in your heart that there has to be more to life than what you're living. You're ready to go. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to something that would make you very happy. The beautiful thing is that you're in control, and the choice of what happens next is yours. There's something amazing waiting for you. So go ahead, take the leap. Kangaroos are known for their ability to bound great distances. In a dangerous situation, they can spring away to safety without planning where they're headed. They can be an analogy for the 8 of Summer as well. Sometimes you just know when it's time to go, even if you're not quite sure where you're going. You'll figure it out when you need to get there. Kangaroos are very courageous and always in motions. It's time for you to fearlessly move forward in your life. 9 of Summer. This is it. Now's the time when your dreams come true. Make a wish upon a star, or just bask in the joy of knowing that your heart's desire is coming soon. Don't worry about how it will happen. Appreciate the simple things and give gratitude to heaven for all that you have and all that's still to come. Enjoy your life. Have fun. One of the most popular dog breeds in the world, Pomeranians, are sweet, loyal, and utterly adorable. In the past, they were shepherding dogs, much larger than we see today, but eventually they were bred to be miniature-sized lap dogs for royal families in Europe. Because of this, they're a beautiful symbol that hard work can turn into luxurious dreams coming true. Pomeranians also know that wonderful things come in small packages. 10 of Summer. It's important for you to spend time with your family and loved ones right now, whether your family comprises people you share a genetic connection with or is a chosen family such as a community of friends. Let the members know that they are loved and appreciated. This card can also indicate a happy marriage as well as raising a happy, balanced children. Prairie dogs are very social animals who place a great deal of emphasis on community and family. Mated prairie dogs, as well as other members of their family group, will actually embrace and appear to kiss in reality their touching teeth to acknowledge they know one another. They're very focused on the loving care of their children and live in large colonies of prairie dog towns. These darling animals remind you to be grateful for the wonderful people in your life and to remember to tell them how much you mean to them or how much they mean to you. Okay, here we go. Princess of Summer, which is a page. Someone new enters your life. The relationship might be romantic or a very intimate but a platonic one. You may receive an unexpected emotional message or be invited to a social event. You should go. Deer can also indicate the beginning of new spiritual insights or an increase in intuitive abilities. A deer can represent a sensitive, open-hearted and caring person. She's very inexperienced with, yet fascinated by the world of emotions, and that can make her quite shy. She's highly artistic and tends to love poetry, journaling, songwriting, or any form of expressing her feelings. Her intense focus upon her own emotions might mean that she could forget to consider the intellectual side of things. Symbolizing gentleness and innocence, deer are truly beautiful to behold moving through the forest with the pure grace of a ballet dancer flying across a stage. The sight of them can suddenly make your heart swell with a flood of emotion. Deer remind you to be gentle, not just with others, but also with yourself. Night of Summer. A deeply emotional experience is headed your way, and it will probably sweep you right off your feet. Because things might move quickly, you want to make decisions balancing your feelings and your intellect. Whirlwind romances can lead to abrupt decisions to move in together or even sudden wedding proposals. This experience can feel wonderful. Just try to let it unfold at a measured pace if you can. A frog can represent someone who is romantic, flirtatious, thoughtful, and sometimes overly dramatic. He is charming. If you're lucky, he may stay forever. However, he's in love with love, and he might just hop to the next romance. So keep your head about you and protect your heart. Frogs are associated with magic and big changes. Who hasn't heard of the fairy, where the kiss turns a frog into a prince? Frogs tend to leap from one experience to another, symbolizing the possibility of massive transformations as well as a few growing pains. Just keep in mind that they are also known as a symbol of cleansing. So if things don't pan out, the frog can still help you. Wash that prince right out of your hair. Queen of Summer. The Queen of Summer is associated with great depths of emotions, but also psychic gifts. You can completely trust what your intuition is telling you at this time. It's possible that you're attending to the needs of other people way too much, thereby ignoring your own. It's important to find balance so that you don't become emotionally exhausted. The swan represents someone compassionate, loving, giving, and physically aware, whose presence brings a sense of peace and tranquility. She probably understands you better than you understand yourself and truly cares about how you're doing. For that reason, she's always there with a comforting cup of tea and a shoulder to cry on, or a celebratory cup and a pat on the back if the situation calls for it. If she appears a little tired to you, that's because she's been overgiving and not taking care of herself. Do her a favor and try to convince her to take a spa day. Incredibly beautiful and graceful, swans are symbols of elegance, intuition, and love. They also suggest a passion for beauty and art, as in the fairy tale, The Ugly Duckling. They can represent your self-worth and seeing the beauty in others that they may not see in themselves. The swan reminds you that it is the inner beauty that truly matters. Now, the King of Summer. Remember that frog on the Prince of Summer card, the one who will sweep you right off your feet and romance you till you swoon? Well, he may or may not hang around. We don't mean it to be tough on you, but he may not stay. The penguin, however, is a whole other story. The penguin represents a person or relationship you can absolutely trust. This might be an intimate but platonic relationship or the love of your life. Either way, you're emotionally safe with the penguin around. He can also symbolize getting excellent advice that comes from the heart. The penguin says that you can completely believe who or what is being presented to you. The penguin is warm-hearted, honorable, and very loving. As a romantic partner, he will never stray and will keep any commitment he makes to you. This penguin will love you as you are, but like the swan, Queen of Summer, he is able to see your hidden potential. Therefore, he's likely to want to nurture your gifts and talents. He will encourage you and perhaps even push you to grow, and he'll do his part to help. Penguins are fascinating birds with highly unusual habits. They are, after all, birds that can't fly, which symbolizes the attainment of great things without having to follow society's expectations. They're also able to drink seawater due to a gland that filters salt from their bloodstream, a symbol of purity. They're very social animals. Most species mate for life, and they even have specific vocalizations so they can call their mates and chicks by name. The male incubates the eggs until they hatch, allowing the female to go out and do her thing, search for food. You can see how that's a great metaphor for our gallant King of Summer. So next we're doing the spring cards. This will be our final minor cards of this set. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will be going through other decks. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. Let me know, please, in the comments. Ace of Spring. A wonderful new path presents itself to you. It may have come as quite a surprise, but you'll want to leap into action and passionately pursue every possibility. Be courageous, be daring. There is nothing to fear and much to be gained. This is time for bringing in life to whatever dreams you've been holding into your heart. Nurture your plans into reality. White tigers are powerful and magnificent animals known for their spirit, courage, and high energy. They represent the determination and confidence necessary to embrace any opportunity and run with it. Their white color is symbolic of purity, of focus and intention. They are also considered to have a more magical energy than their cousins of the more familiar golden variety. Loving parents to their cubs, tigers remind you to baby whatever dream you're manifesting. They've also associated with wealth in Chinese spirituality, and likewise this card can indicate great abundance. Finally, tigers are known for their unpredictability, and their opportunity for this card anticipates in your life can just be startling. Two of Wands. The tiger, the Ace of Spring, represents a wonderful new opportunity, whereas the pelican, Two of Spring, marks the progress you've made in taking advantage of that opportunity. You can be assured that things go very well. In fact, it may be necessary for you to get a partner in whatever endeavor you're working on, or to expand the number of people helping you. Teamwork is key. This isn't the time to slow down. Keep moving forward and don't be afraid to attempt even greater feats. Pelicans are highly social birds working cooperatively to gather food for the flock. Extremely able swimmers and divers, they seize upon every opportunity with gusto and fervent determination, careful to use whatever natural resources are at their disposal without wasting anything. They're not only very focused upon their tasks, but also quite dedicated to one another and the good of the group. They encourage you to surround yourself with helpful and loyal people so that everyone can benefit. Three of Wands. If the tiger, ace of spring, heralds a new opportunity, and the pelican, the two of spring, symbolizes taking full advantage of it, then the sea turtle, the three of spring, represents taking time to decide how to best capitalize on your achievements to date. Pause, review, and make long-term plans for the future. Will you continue on the same path that has brought you so much success, or is it time to branch out in the new directions? It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all you've accomplished, but you may also need patience for the next phase to play out. The sea turtle is one of the planet's most ancient creatures, around on Earth for over 110 million years. Depending upon the species, a clutch can also include 50 to 300 eggs, and it takes decades for an individual to reach maturity. Newly hatched sea turtles have to immediately inch their way from the beach to the ocean, and sadly, due to predators, few make it. With these facts, it's easy to see why these amazing animals represent perseverance and focusing on the long term. Sea turtles, known for riding the tides of the ocean whenever the waves take them, can also indicate business travel, especially over water. Thus, they symbolize being adaptable and open to new experiences and the possibilities that lie ahead. You can do anything right now. What will you choose? Four of Wands. The first three animals in the suit of spring have had you pretty busy, but now it's time to kick back, relax, and be grateful for all that you have. Otters symbolize joy and satisfaction, which may come from success in your career, the completion of a project, or a very happy home life. In fact, otters can represent big changes on the family front, such as marriages, birth, or an acquiring new home. All in all, life is good and also fun. Otters are endlessly curious, always looking to play. They love nothing more than to romp around and enjoy a good time, so much so that a group of otters is referred to as a romp. They mate for life and often sleep or rest holding hands while floating down streams that they won't drift away from one another. They're also devoted to their pups and teach them the ideas of playfulness and healthy curiosity about the world. When otters show up in your life, you've been asked to bring fun and an eagerness to learn to all that you're doing right now. It's a beautiful picture. Five of Wands. Whether it's situations at work, conversations with relatives, posts on social media, or reports in the news, it's apparent that there is a lot of opposing ideas in the world today. If you've ever had a disagreement with somebody about religion, politics, or other volatile topics, then you're already experiencing the head-butting energy that rams represent. Are you butting heads with someone or a particular situation right now when it might be preferable just to let the matter go? The term locking horns comes from the practice of young rams running towards one another at full speed, sometimes flying through the air and then ramming their heads together to proclaim their dominance in choosing a mate and leading the herd. Rams remind you that under these circumstances, it's often best to just try to minimize the conflict, or at least your part in it, and walk away. If that's not possible, then ask heaven to send angels of compromise and understanding to the situation. Do whatever you can to lighten the conversation. Rams can also symbolize annoyances, like having to deal with a bunch of aggravating details. On a lighter note, they can simply refer to healthy competition in athletics or games. Either way, this card represents power, drive, and a certain amount of unyielding force. Six of Wands. This is so much joy and happiness in this card. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention you're receiving. You may be chosen for a promotion, award, or scholarship, or you might find yourself in a situation where you're picked out on a group of people and given well-earned accolades. Don't be shy or fearful about the notice you're getting. Let the world see the wonderful gifts you have to offer. This is a card denoting great success and victory. Rescue dogs are representative of the Six of Spring because they reflect triumph over adversity. They are a symbol of hope for the future and letting go of the past. There is nothing that fills your heart quite like bringing home a sweet canine soul and seeing the joy, gratitude, and love in their eyes. In doing so, you have proclaimed them the one to be in your life, and there is no better gift or reward your rescue dog would ever want more than that. 7 of Wands. Now's the time to be assertive. Don't let anyone take away your personal power or control you. Believe in yourself, trust that your inner guidance is true, and follow it completely. Of course, it is important to choose your battles wisely, but if your heart is telling you the cause is important and just, then stand your ground. The gecko can also indicate an outward challenge that's actually making you aware of an unresolved inward struggle. Ask yourself if the source of discomfort is really within someone else or with something inside you that needs to be healed. Considered good luck in many cultures, geckos are fascinating creatures. Specialized toe pads allow them to climb vertically, so they needn't let anything stand in their way. Unlike other lizards, they have the ability to chirp in order to socialize and communicate with one another. In keeping with this card's message, they can speak their truth and make their voices heard. Geckos shed their skin regularly, and if need be, they can also lose their tails to evade capture, an indication that sometimes the battle just isn't worth it. Geckos may be asking you if it's time to shed old issues from your life. 8 of Wands. Bees symbolize stress that comes from having too many irons in the fire. However, those irons are often very happy and exciting. Think of 8 wonderful, thrilling things you've loved to have happen in your life. Now imagine they've all happened at once. Chances are you'd be pretty overwhelmed. However, the stress you would be feeling would be from trying to negotiate so many wonderful blessings. Bees can also indicate the need to prioritize, relaying or receiving very important messages as well as air travel. Bees are delightful creatures whose lives are lived among beautiful flowers, furthering life on earth through pollination while creating honey for the hive. In short, they're busy doing very important and lovely things. Busy as a bee is an old expression and an apt message for this card. Marigolds were chosen as the flowers depicted because they represented breaking tasks down into manageable pieces so that everything can get done without being overwhelming. You'll notice this flower is beautifully intricate with dozens of perfectly overlapping petals clustered into florets to form the final blossom. Just as small individual steps build on each other to manifest the end goal of dream, similarity, it is the contribution of each worker bee that collectively forms the honeycomb. If life feels stressful, remember to be grateful for the opportunities that are presenting themselves to you and just take things one step at a time. 9 of Wands. You're so close to the finish line. You've worked hard and what you have created is very impressive. Then suddenly you're caught off guard by one last annoying detail or problem that has to be taken care of. Don't worry, it will be okay. You'll get over this bump in the road just as you have made it through other challenges to your plans. Stay determined. Protect the fruits of your labors. Think creatively, as the best part might not be as straightforward and simple as you thought. Gazelles are incredibly graceful animals with the ability to escape danger by moving in a fast, unpredictable manner. They evade predators by running in a zigzag pattern rather than a straight line, therefore confusing whatever is chasing them. Gazelles thus signal the need to be flexible and alert. Gazelles have the ability to leap straight up in the air to see over tall grasses, so they can represent your ability to assess a situation and then act quickly. They can also suggest environmentalism and people who are interested in protecting the earth and all its inhabitants by helping others to see the truth. 10 of Wands. 8 of Spring is a card about feeling drained and stressed, but for happy reasons. The 10 of Spring also signals overwork and anxiety, but for unhappy reasons. The Saint Bernard is taking on too much with the weight of the world on her shoulders. Often it's a case of trying to make other people happy by seeing to their needs in an unhealthy way. The Saint Bernard asks you to reach out for help, to help yourself, to delegate. In other words, Carve out time for relaxation and play. Bring some balance into your life. St. Bernards are wonderful, good-natured dogs with a history of helping those in need. Dating back to their work with Swiss monks in the 1600s, they were bred to be physically strong with a keen sense of smell, so they could sniff out lost travellers. Today, the descendants of these dogs no longer work for the monks, but instead are employed in a Swiss museum, where their job is to entertain and play with visitors. This makes them the perfect symbol for their 10 of spring, with this message of getting help from others and finding time to enjoy life. Page of Spring. Wonderful opportunities are fluttering your way. Most likely you'll be of the creative variety and will involve something that you're very passionate about. There will be a great deal of personal growth, and your horizons will be broadened to include ideas that have never occurred to you before. It's an exciting time of new beginnings and adventure. When the monarch butterfly represents a person, you can expect to encounter someone who's energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. She's extremely eager to help out, although her endless curiosity might make it difficult for her to stay focused. Butterflies are beloved for their beauty and captivating presence. Naturally, they represent evolution and new opportunities. They begin as an egg, which becomes a caterpillar, followed by the cocoon, and then finally their glorious wing state. The growth opportunities just never end. The monarch butterfly comes in beautiful shades of orange, corresponding to the sacral chakra, the body's energy center located just below the navel, and its message of creativity and passion. Now is the time for you to be inventive and original in whatever ways makes your heart sing. Knight of Wands. It's time to get busy. An opportunity arises and it needs your full attention right away. No procrastinating with this dolphin. When the dolphin represents a person, he is very much a knight in shining armor who rushes in to help. He is a passionate, charming, confident, and charismatic person who can skillfully manage many issues at once. He can also be a bit restless and needs a challenge. Without one, he can wander off in search of new adventures. Dolphins are among the most delightful of all Earth's animals. They're loving, playful, and extremely intelligent. They see life as one big, joyful adventure and often work together as a team. They have their own moral compass and have been known to rush in and rescue members of other species, including humans. In some cases, dolphins might help a struggling mammal get to the ocean surface so that the drowning animal can breathe. As an analogy, it can be said that when you have too much to do, a prince might show up to help you get your head above water as well. Queen of Wands. This is a great time to get things accomplished. You may have more than one important thing to accomplish at once, but don't let that worry you. Assistance is available if you need it, although you probably won't. Don't underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. You can do it. This white Persian can also represent a person who is able to do anything. She multitasks better than anyone and is confident. Look at that on the cover there. Self-motivated, talented, and charming. She's so well liked that people just naturally want to help her. She's a bit strong-willed though and likes to have things her way. Cats have a wide-earned reputation for being independent. They may devote up to half their waking hours to grooming themselves, yet they can spring into action at just the right time. Persians in particular require a good bit of grooming due to their long, luxurious hair. This fits well with our Queen of Spring, since she works very hard for her money and therefore is willing to spend some of it on self-care. Perhaps it's time to do some pampering and nurturing on yourself. The King of Wands. Now's your moment. It's time for you to step up and take the leadership role. Your ideas will inspire others and are just what people need right now. Don't shy away from the spotlight. It's your time to shine. Your plans will be a success as long as you stay focused on the big picture and don't let yourself get bogged down in the details. Delegate the detailed work to someone else. The lions are majestic animals, often referred to as the king of the jungle, and it's not just their power and bravery that gets them that label. They may have an air about them that exudes royalty. In their regal ways, they're like the domesticated house cat, but times 100. They also have a sense of loyalty and tenacity that's perfect for this card. Now is the time for you to be courageous and to be and to precisely target your personal and professional goals. So that is the Animal Tarot cards. I hope this has been helpful to you. It's giving you a decision whether to purchase, or whether you have purchased and you didn't get the guidebook, or whether you're learning tarot. I find this is a really good way to go through each card from different decks and find out different meanings or different interpretations. So please don't forget to like, subscribe. Until next time.